Hi Libra, I hope you're doing amazing. Welcome to a brief next 48-hour tarot reading for you. Do keep in mind, of course, per usual, this is general and it's meant to pertain to the following 48-hour period for you beginning around when you were guided or drawn to this video, not just following when I post it. But I more than appreciate you liking this video, commenting down below, and of course subscribing to the channel if you haven't joined this amazing sassy Libran tribe already. Now, we're going to begin and pull from this Queen deck. I did attempt this reading a few times before, and the most recent attempt, which I couldn't fully continue because of background noise, the energy in the situation I'm in at this time. But anyways, so the first card that came out was the Beauty card. Okay, the next 48 hours, the next 48 hours, there's a true focus on, okay, what's healthy for you, what's helping you shine and glow, but also in a focus on how good looking you are. Okay, energy affects you, and that's taking a focus in the next 48. There's a reason why I mentioned how the energy affected me and pushed me to stop that attempt for the reading. I hope my voice isn't echoing, as I did shift my room around. I moved my desk to the other side of the room, and I'm noticing I echo even more over here. Anyways, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Change card. I do feel as if this is a period of time where there is a bit of a focus in certain ways on changes from the very recent past, as well as changes rewinding way back. But also, they're kind of giving me the vibe there's a focus on a big change from the past as well, but also changes in regards to your current day situation, ones that you're considering moving forward, as well as changes in the near future. Okay, I feel like that was put very poorly, but I'm kind of spacing out. There's a focus on why you're zoning out at times. Okay, and I do feel as if it's reminding you that you deserve a switch up, even if you switched that situation up, or you moved towards where you're at not too long ago. Okay, it's okay to make consistent changes, right? Whatever's making you nervous, making you stutter on your words, pushing you to slip up and not achieve what you're desiring to in the moment, or just alters the perfection of what you're creating and developing, that needs, you need to change when it comes to that. Anyways, so let's take this card. Sorry, that didn't really come out as planned, but we're going to proceed. I do feel like there's a need to solidify in one's mind exactly what you want, okay? And how we're gonna go about acquiring just that, okay? But let's pull from the Mystic Mondays and see what we get. I feel like there is also a focus on a passionate fresh start for oneself, whether that's in regards to a situation taking a turn for the better by having a fresh standpoint on something, approach, angling. It's kind of making me think about how this is angled differently than I've been doing it for oneself for this channel. But as well, it could be in regards to a new job. It could be in regards to a new connection. However it works for you, there's passion being ignited. All right, you're being reminded in the next 48 that you deserve this 10 of Pentacles lifestyle as things build up and grow for you. It feels like you're gaining attention in the next 48 that's well overdue. I'm feeling like I'm just now shaking off the energy I was picking up on sitting in at the beginning of the reading and even previous to it, because now the messages are rolling on out. So there's again a focus on who and what's affecting you in a negative sense and in a positive way, okay? But I do feel like you need your rest in the next 48 when you can. You're being reminded you're protected on your way to financial freedom, to career success in one way, shape, or form. I just heard stop zoning out because I was spacing out looking at a random item in my bedroom. Anyways, for Libra, to continue for the next 48, for the next 48, don't stress over a lack of perfection, because I feel like it's just not attainable in the next 48, okay? Even though in certain ways, when it comes to cleaning up, when it comes to rearranging, judging your own work, or just your own space in one way, shape, or form, you're desiring perfection, and that's totally okay, right, to an extent, but don't minimalize or just don't strip away your happiness, your inner peace, by desiring it so much, okay? You may just regret it all the meanwhile. The Ace of Wands coming out, because I really do feel it's a time of magical occurrences, spiritual occurrences, things connecting, matching up in such weird ways. I feel like you're easily altered in energy in the next 48 and easily startled, okay? Things out of your peripheral, like it was just happening for me, even though you couldn't see it. A car drove by. Now I can see my window as I'm filming, and it startled me, and I instantly looked over. You may even find that spirit draws your attention very quickly towards something else in the moment, for the better or for the worse. Don't be surprised if it's a 40-hour time where you're being spoken through quite often, acted through quite often by spirit. I do feel like you're a bit posy in certain ways, a bit showy in certain ways as they're drawing me to my tank top. But I do feel like in the midst of beginning something new, striving for more, wanting to do more than you can for due to certain outside factors or due to your own way of being in that moment, you're needing to dig for that inner strength. But again, there's a connection between these two cards. Looking good and strutting your stuff, okay? A little bit shaky all the meanwhile though, because people, places, situations are affecting you, okay? The stripes that you're wearing at this time speak wonders in regards to what you've been through, in regards to all the self-care that you're implementing in your day-to-day routines, okay? But I do feel like underneath it all, there are certain levels of stress with the Five of Swords, okay? You can't help but focus on it at times. You're only human, Libra. And I feel like you give yourself a lot of credit where credit's due for the most part, but you also are very hard on yourself, right? Even when you know that it wasn't really fully in your control or at all, in regards to what you're producing, developing, in regards to keeping your cool at times, right? So again, if you're finding oneself randomly saying something, okay, or just being very outspoken, or just kind of letting loose in a way, I feel like it's spirit, okay, working through you, speaking through you. So don't fret the details, okay? Don't stress over what is stressing you out at this time. Easier said than done, I know, right? And even spiritual messing with for some taking place. But it's the next 48 where you need to keep your head in the game, okay? Keep your cool, keep your inner peace as a center focus. Something to be cherished at this time, okay? Protected once again. But you're protected. Even if there's spiritual messing with you, you're spiritually protected. Keep that in mind. For whatever reason, this may pertain to you. I feel the need to say it. I heard the hands of God with this here. So we're going to take this card over here. There's a passionate sort of, I'm not going to force it kind of way about you, but then in other ways behind closed doors, you may have to check oneself when you feel the forcing kind of coming into play. Okay. The Star card, I'm going to take this one. I really do feel like it's a period of wishing, dreaming, your dreams taking a focus at night, during the day, given it's a time where you're spacing out quite often. What are you thinking about? At times you may literally have nothing taking place in your mind, or it's just spirit taking over. But I do feel like where you drift to, what you desire at this time, what dreams are given to you, thoughts, visualizations by spirit, all of which is taking a focus, okay? The rants will be real. They'll be truth. They'll be powerful. You're going to find oneself just in a certain way concretely solidifying in one's mind what you truly desire to switch up in one's situation, okay? Whether it's a new living situation, a new kind of relationship, a new level of commitment in your situation in one way, shape, or form. Could just be a new job, more money. I feel like there is more than one of what I mentioned that you could be desiring. And I'm now hearing don't settle, okay? Don't settle. It is a time of abundance. But as we've been speaking upon inner peace and just needing to cherish and protect it all the meanwhile, even bring it on back to a high vibrational but peaceful way of being, this imagery speaks wonders in regards to your next 48. And you're being reminded when you implement certain levels of change, even on a smaller level, right? But obviously in a bigger way, in a medium-sized kind of way, it brings you abundance, okay? It brings you abundance. But now that I'm bringing these two cards together because they're side by side, this reminds me of the way I used to read, okay? So certain moments, changes, bounce backs will take place in your mind, your attention. It was the weirdest way of putting it, but it will feel like what is happening in the next 48 in certain ways will connect back to an old way of doing something, old way of being, potentially an old version of you, okay? And so the Ace of Wands being next to the beauty card, I do feel as if there's a magician way about your beauty, thinking about the magician card, a manifesting way of being, but a magical way about the way you're appearing to other people and even to oneself. It's like you know more than meets the eye, and it would be strategic to be selective in regards to how much of which you share at this time, even if you know it can help people. Interesting. The Eight of Pentacles as well as the Knight of Pentacles. I do feel as if there's no need to rush in the next 48. Okay, just give yourself plenty of time to get there on time, or just plan for an early arrival. Don't second guess yourself, I feel the need to say, okay, in regards to what you're wishing for, desiring, whether or not you're capable of achieving a certain landmark or just surpassing certain people or just manifesting whatever it is your heart desires at this time, okay? It just feels like I just heard a rock in a hard place. Is that even the right wording for that? I just feel like you're noticing wholeheartedly what isn't working for you at this time, even if it once did. Okay. And so it's hard for you not to think about what could be better for you. And this is good. This is helping you manifest whatever you want to see switched up in your situation, right? Or just adjusted in one way, shape, or form. They're saying again what's making you nervous, but to focus on it too much may add a heaviness to the manifestation process. Okay. It's a desire, believe in it 1000%, even work towards it at times, and then let go of it. Does that make sense? Let the process sort of unravel as it's meant to. Focusing on it, working towards something 24/7 is going to add a bit of heaviness to your manifestation process. And don't let even the emotions that you're picking up on empathically, or just even the emotions that you experience due to certain frustrations, difficulties at this time, or even spiritual moments, don't let that weigh down the manifestation process, okay? Because as I've mentioned many times in this channel, you can weigh down the process of manifesting when you're too emotionally attached to what you're trying to see come to be, okay? The Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck, wow, that's a bit feisty, but that was not me. You're thinking about fulfillment, okay? How you're letting things affect you at in certain moments, right? Even in the recent past, doing a bit of reflecting, thinking about where to move to next. Okay, they're showing me a chess piece. Where were we? Excuse me. See, things are making you nervous, making you slip up. Where is Libra putting their next game piece? You have a bit of time to figure it out. Okay, so don't feel stressed about figuring things out sooner than they're meant to. The Eight of Pentacles talking about how you're putting in levels of work towards what you desire, what you know is going to make you successful. And I feel as if it's going to go even further than you think. Okay. Again, changes to what you're working towards growing and developing. That's very powerful. Okay. And evidently effective. And I just feel like being aligned with the Strength card, the people are seeing you as someone who's very strong from all they've been through. Okay. And has strengthened their skill set or skill sets, talents by consistently or for the most part consistently putting work towards something, okay, or multiple somethings, for just not giving up, right? Somebody, I feel like at a distance, is beyond proud of you. I don't know why I'm feeling the need to say that, as I am getting a little bit emotional, okay? And I feel like that's them that I'm picking up on. Anyways, but I do feel as if any sort of creative or just physical release in the next 48 will be beyond beneficial for you, okay? Working out, make sure you don't skip your routine if you have something set in place. That's going to keep you level-headed, okay? It's going to keep your mind clear to an extent, so you don't overreact, so you don't second guess, so you don't get into fog as much, even though it's unavoidable in certain ways, okay? I feel like for a lot due to energy. But yeah, you're moving at your own pace, moving slowly, again, plan ahead, but don't stress at all. The meanwhile, the ball's in your court. How long do you want to stay? Okay. How long do you want to hang on to what's not meant for you in the long run? I feel like you're very intuitive at this time, and you need to remember that if you know that much already deep down, just within, again, intuitively, then why are we hanging on to what's not meant for you? It's this reminder from Spirit. You can, but you really shouldn't be hanging on to somebody if you know that in the long run it's not going to work out. Okay, I feel like that's very dating oriented, to let go of what's not meant for you, and to, in certain other ways, for certain other commitments, plan to let go in the near future, okay? But let go of attachments to frustrations, and again, that need for perfection at times or desire. But temperance. In your strive for ultimate fulfillment, in your within your efforts to move towards what you deserve, have patience. Okay, have patience. We may remind you of past times, whether it goes far back to childhood, again, past changes. How did you get through a past really difficult situation? Even if you didn't do it to the best of your ability, how did you get through it? It's going to remind you the capability within you to withstand, to overcome, and to just make the best until the best. Okay, let's pull, let's see. I want to pull one of these. Okay, interesting. From the Tattoo Tarot deck. Tattoos might take a focus. Okay, coming out, we have the Six of Wands. Absolutely beautiful way to end this reading, as I really do feel as if in certain small ways you need to be acknowledging the victories that you're experiencing at this time, but there's spotlight attention to be experienced. People tuning into your online work for some, or just noticing you as you strut about, do your thing, gaining an opportunity for some. There's multiple levels of victory in the next 48 that need to be noticed by others, by you, and to honor oneself by patting yourself on the back and just accepting that imperfection is okay at this time, okay? To recognize that you deserve the attention you're getting at this time, and it potentially could be a long time overdue, okay? Long overdue. But it's the next 48 that just reminds you what you're capable of, okay? And just allow for oneself to take a deep breath when things feel heavy or overwhelming, because you are one beautiful soul, and the next 48 reminds you of just that as well, and how effective change can be. All right, so I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your next 48, and I will definitely see you next time. Bye, Libra.